What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck, real Cowboys fan stand up. And today I want to talk about a very interesting prospect who the Dallas Cowboys brought in as an undrafted free agent, made him the highest paid, $234,000 guaranteed, $25,000 bonus, and that is Alijah Clark, safety out of the University of Syracuse. Now, if you follow my draft content, when we're doing a lot of those late night mocks, I kept picking up this kid, and you guys are asking me why I keep getting this kid right. And we're going to see on the film. Now, full transparency, this video might be shorter than expected because I had a bunch of clips already chopped up, but my computer just said they were going to corrupt all the files, and only about 4 or 5 or 6 of those kind of made it through. So we're going to keep this one short and sweet because I am not recutting up all that film once again. But when it comes to Alijah Clark, like I said, he was originally went to the University of Rutgers and he transferred to Syracuse. He's only 21 years old. He's 6'1", 188 pounds. So he has a slender type frame, which you can definitely see here on the screen. He was a wide receiver / corner recruit out of high school, and then once he kind of got to Syracuse, they converted him from corner to safety. But overall, had a decent career, wasn't extremely explosive, but there is a lot of upside potential, and I definitely understand why the Cowboys saw some value in him. Like I said, the game that really jumped out for me that I watched was when he played versus Boston College, and also this game versus UNLV, which was an overtime thriller that Syracuse ended up winning. And Syracuse has a lot of talent, right? They brought in a linebacker from Syracuse, which we'll talk about as well. And then there was a tight end on the other side of the ball that I really liked that the Chargers got. So, overall, Syracuse had a lot of talent, but I feel like Alijah Clark is going to be someone we should definitely keep our eyes on in the preseason, also in camp, just strictly off of the contract, but also I think it's mostly going to be a special teams play as well. But let's go ahead and get into the film. So in this very first play, you'll see him lined up on the number 3 wide receiver to the left, and you'll see some of those corner coverage traits, right, to be able to turn and run. Now, ultimately, he probably would have got beat on this play, but he has corner instinct. So he's, like I said, 6'1", has a long wingspan. So kind of think Izzy McQuamu. I would probably lean towards Izzy. I liked Izzy a whole lot better than I liked Alijah, but he has some of those traits. Like I said, he's fairly young, only 21, probably about to turn 22 here soon into the course of the season, but you can see the ability to be able to line up in the inside. So people were asking this question in the morning Q&A session. Definitely tune into those. If they're like, yo, Tuck, do you think he can play our cornerback position? Nah, not at the NFL level. I don't think that he'll be able to play corner. Even though he does have corner traits, I think that at the NFL level, you probably do not want to put him there on a consistent basis. I think he might be more of your big nickel type of what J-Ron used to be in some of those other packages. We kind of get like a safety / corner hybrid, maybe covering tight ends, but you probably don't want him lined up on NFL wide receivers, especially slot wide receivers. Could it be open windows pretty much throughout the course of the game? Now, on the next play right here, this is why when we were doing those mock drafts, and I kept saying, hey, get this kid in the 7th round, right? I kept picking him in the 7th round with the final pick, right? The thing that really jumps off the film when it comes to Alijah is his downhill tackling ability. He will be shot out of a cannon, and he plays with his hair on fire, and you guys know that is something I definitely like. And even at the safety position, I like guys that can come downhill, which will be demonstrated on this play right here. Boom. Bam. Run support. Shot out of a cannon. Amped up. Shot at. Now, is he a hard-hitting, like Donald Wilson type tackler? No. Like I said, he still has a slender frame. But coming downhill, that is his strong point. That's what jumps off the film. That is his golden ticket, right? So, like you said, just full speed, boom, coming downhill, recognizing the run support and making a tackle. And when he comes downhill, whether that's helping in run support or also breaking on the balls when it comes to the passing game, he definitely has that ability. And I think this is what really got NFL coaches and scouts excited about him. Because like I said, he is shot out of a cannon from that safety position, and it definitely plays revved up, which I like. Now, right, there's a gift and a curse when it comes to that. Like, even though he's shot out of a cannon, and I like his motor, and I like his toughness, his tenacity, sometimes, as you'll see demonstrated on this play right here, he can come down a little too hard and over pursue in the run game. And you'll see that right now, just a bad angle. Boom. Now I got you back. So this running back got his lick back, right? So the last play, okay, Alijah was able to make a tackle in the backfield. In this play, poor angle, over pursuit, boom, and the running back is off to the races. So I would say at the NFL level, if he's going to be your safety, now I think that, the way that Matty E likes to utilize his safety, he likes to rock his safeties a little bit, meaning he'll start with too high, and then he might shift to a cover one, right? And maybe, drop the free, or you drop you're strong, right? So he likes to rock his safeties a little bit. So, you kind of get those staggered looks. But if he's going to be on the field playing, he's going to need to be a little bit more patient, especially in his pursuit, because when you're the safety, you're the last course of action. Now, luckily, this player was able to haul from the backside and track him down a little bit. But, at the NFL level, more than likely, that is GG's in the chat. If this was Jadon Blue, possibly, that's goalpost. Good night, right? So if Alijah is going to play safety at the NFL level, you gotta take better angles, and you damn sure have to tackle, especially when you're the free safety, because you are the last line of defense. But ultimately, I think this will be a special teams guy that will eventually work his way up. But then once again, right, you'll see the ability, boom, coming downhill, boom. That's it, right? That's it. So that's what jumps, right? So it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes you just got to have the proper angles. But like I said, to be able to read this little quick out, diagnose it, come downhill, and secure the tackle, he is on it. That is one of his strongest suits that I definitely like when it comes to Alijah Clark out of Syracuse. Boom, read, recognize, and react. Now, as far as the free safety is concerned, he wasn't really a ball hawk, but even though he played wide receiver and corner, he really didn't have a lot of opportunities. So I don't want to say he doesn't have the ability to possibly turn into a ball hawk, but he just doesn't have the natural instincts as of right now. But you'll see some of those traits, because he only had 2 interceptions in his college career, I believe. So you'll see him lined up, and this was the bowl game. I think he was the MVP of this bowl game, right? So you'll show that ability to be able to open and run. So you're watching him right here. Turn his hips, be able to open and run. Boom, hips again. And if you watch the combine, they do this drill. They do the same exact drill, right? They want to see, can you open your hips? Boom. Boom. And turn, right? And the combine, like I said, he ran a 4.5, and he was at the Shrine Bowl. So like I said, Cowboys Nation, those players are at the Shrine Bowl. Watch them heavily, because that's where the Dallas Cowboys have the strongest imprint. But overall, watching in full speed, like I said, to be able to turn and run, track the ball, good hands to be able to high point the ball, right there. That's like a wide receiver. That's those wide receiver traits right there, So, maybe you can make something out of it and coach that up, but he just didn't have a lot of opportunities. So you see the cornerback instincts, you see the wide receiver traits to be able to go up, high point the ball, and secure the catch. So there is some traits there. So I definitely understand why the Dallas Cowboys brought in Alijah Clark, safety, out of the University of Syracuse. Like I said, ultimately he'll probably be a special teams guy, punt return or punt coverage, kick coverage, right? But you could see, in the future, possibly like Wanye Thomas, that he's a guy that can maybe work his way into being in the starting rotation, man. So it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. If you love film breakdowns, you're in the right spot. We got a lot more coming. I'm about to call and get my computer fixed, because you got me working way too hard. You got me working way too hard. And yeah, we can't be having no files corrupted, especially when it comes to these film sessions. But turn that notification bell so you do not miss out. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And all right, Alijah, I see you working, bro. Let's go. Peace.